Hi everybody, this is Candace here with Green Roof Farms DIY, and today we're going to go ahead and talk about how to make the Trifold in the hoop zipper pouch for the keychain. So I'm going to take you through some of the basic steps. There are printed directions, but I'm just going to walk you through the general sequencing. It's a 2-hoop step, so we're going to do 2 different hoops. The first hoop that I'm going to be doing is going to be building my zipper pouch and my card pouch. And I'm going to be stitching that on Stable Glider Tear and Wash. So I don't normally use tear away, but sometimes I do. I want to just tear it off the back, and then whatever residues there is going to wash out with this product. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I did program all of my hand stops, you'll see, all the way down. So we are going to be stopping almost every single step. For those of you on a multi-needle, please program your hand stops. For those of you on a single needle, I changed the colors on all of them, so it will force you to stop as you go. First thing is it's going to go ahead and stitch where we're going to be sewing. Alright, I went ahead and finished stitching the zipper placement, so I'm going to go ahead and just lay that gently down in my hoop. I'm going to go ahead and tape it down so it doesn't move. Now my zipper is a little bit longer than the design we're going to be doing, and partly because I get a little nervous stitching over the little metal pieces, so I always go a little bit bigger. Second stitch sequence is going to tack it down. Alright, now we hear another noise, and what that's telling us is we're going to be doing a stitch down, and then we're going to be pulling the fabric back over, and this is creating that little coin area that is going to stitch out. So I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of fabric, which has this weird iron on it. I must have had it ironed for another piece of something. And all I'm going to do is click lock and go. Like the directions say, it's just a bunch of folding back and forth. I'm going to finger press. Now what this is doing is it's tacking that down. Alright, so our bottom part has been stitched down, and our securing stitch is also in place, and now we're just going to repeat what we just did. Finger press again. We're going to start. Get your little applique scissors if you want to trim. A lot more fabric than what's needed. I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off a little bit. Alright. Now the words are going to stitch. Alright, so the zipper is all constructed at this point, and now we're going to work on which is going to be for the credit cards or the cards. You stitch your placement stitch, you just lay your fabric over, and you're just making sure you're covering all the pieces. You want to make sure your fabric's big enough to come back over the line and create its pocket. Now if you want more stability in here, you want to put RFID fabric, or you want to do any of that stuff, you're more than welcome to. But me, I just actually am going to go straight back over. I'm not going to put any additional stabilizer in it. So I'm just going to pop it back in the arms. I'm going to let it stitch its securing stitch. So you're face down with your fabric, covering the entire box. Alright, so now we're going to pull back. We're going to come back over it. We're going to finger press. This is just making your little credit card pocket. That we'll use on the other piece. Now if you pull this way too hard, that line is not going to catch, which is fine. You can top stitch it if you want with your machine, but don't pull on it really hard. Alright, so that hooping is all done. You're basically just going to take it out, you're going to unhoop it, and then you're going to go ahead and trim up. So now I wouldn't trim, I'd leave yourself a little bit of room around it, just enough for you to peek under when you're lining it up on the other piece of stabilizer, since we're going to be now jumping to hoop number 2. And let me get that pulled up. Trying to set it. Alright, so the very first color sequence is going to be your placement stitch. We're doing fabric facing up. I let that stitch out. Alright, so the placement stitch has stitched out. I went ahead and just stitched it right on my fabric because I have a way too big a piece for this hoop, so I figured I would be safe. Normally you just stitch it on your stabilizer to begin with. The first box is the first placement stitch. That's letting you know where to put this piece that we're going to be attaching. The second placement stitch is going to be for attaching this one. And I'm just tearing off some of my stabilizer. Ready to go down. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and put this one down on the hoop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for those corner marks. I see the corner and I want to be on the inside. I see the outline for the bag. I just want to make sure that I'm in there nice and pretty. I'm going to grab my tape. Now there's going to be a satin stitch right here I can see, and that is going to hold everything down and make it look nice and pretty once I applique them. Right now we're just going to stitch this down to this piece of fabric. And then up here the credit card one is all ready as well. I didn't get all my stabilizer removed on that one, but I don't think it's as important. Alright. Tearaway is somewhat messy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put that there, paying attention to where our lines are. I gotta get some more tape. I'm using a specific tape for embroidery. It's embroidery tape. I like it because I'm able to reuse it. I usually just stick it on my machine table and reuse it. Alright, go ahead and put that back in the machine. Lock and go. Now I went ahead and opened up my zipper a little bit. That's going to be important because you don't want to hit it with your machine. So I went ahead and tacked that down. We're now tack the second piece down. Now it's okay, the line is pretty far out to the side. This is just the outer limits to help stitch it all down. You're not going to see this stitch at all. Now I should go ahead and pause right here and just mention, if you wanted to put one of these cute little attachments on, you're going to have to start thinking about when you want to do this and where do you want to attach it from. You can put it, you know, somewhere in the credit card pouch or catch it behind this seam right there. I didn't do that yet, so I'm going to have to attach it before the final stitch out, because right now I'll probably just, when we go to finish up the final layer, I'll probably just lay it right there, and or I might just lay it on top right there, so then when it's all done it'll hang to the outside. Oops, I didn't want to start it quite yet. So now this is where you're going to need to trim. So there is a program stop right here. And all we're going to do is just go through with our applique scissors. And we're just going to trim right up to that line. And the reason why is there's a satin stitch that helps with the fold. Alright, that satin stitch is done. Now it's going to move on to the next satin stitch. Alright, so now we are done with that piece. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take my tape off while it's easy to get to it. Now I do need to put the little clasp down, and you know, this is a trifold, so I gotta kind of decide how do I want it to, where do I want it, and I think I want it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, because then it will be, yeah, I think that would be kind of cute right there. I'm going to go ahead and just tape that in place. Alright, so I'm going to tape this down. Now we have to put our fabric on it. So this is going to be the back side. This is the side you're going to see all the time. So I'm just going to make sure I've got a much larger piece than I need. Run it this way. No, it's not quite big enough. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Going over that zipper too much right there. So we'll go ahead and restring. Usually that happens sometimes. Go ahead and put my thread in there. Hopefully I'm not right back on the zipper, but scissors, take it out of the hoop. Now this is a cutaway, so you can't tear it away. I used a nice cutaway. Alright, there's a little turning pocket right down here, so we're going to go ahead and turn everything through. Alright, I went ahead and I flipped it around the inside out, so that way it's all functional. I got my little keychain clip that's going to clip. I went ahead and put my cam snaps, and I'm using the extra long ones. I think that's what these are, yep, extra long. So these are the ones that you want to get, size 20 long. Those go through bulk. What I did is I put a cam snap right there, since it's going to be on a keychain. I don't want it, if it accidentally opens up, I don't want it to fully open up. So I have 2 cam snaps that I put on it. And it's just this cute little adorable keychain clutch. This is perfect for, you know, somebody on the go and they just want something small. You can put your coins in it. So it's got a fully functional zipper pouch right here. You can get everything in the zipper pouch that you want. And then it also has a little card or credit card holder. Now, if you're going to top stitch all the way around, push out your corners really good. So make sure you get all your corners pushed out. And then you want to be very close to that edge when you're top stitching. The reason why is if you top stitch too far in, you're not going to have a good card pouch right here, and you won't be able to fit your cards in it. So, you know, this is another pocket right up here, so you got one pocket and a zipper pouch. And that is the Trifold Zipper Pouch. Thank you for watching today and for being a part of the Greener Farms DIY group. Thank you for supporting me as a digital design artist through your purchases. I appreciate it, and I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks everyone, have a great day.